So I'm joined today by Angus Clark, and I'm really excited to have this conversation. Angus sits in this interesting place between Tai Chi and Qigong, and it would be great to explore this with him. So welcome, Angus.
Thanks. Hi, John.
Hi.
Lovely to be here.
So can we just kick off by asking, how did you find, and I'm going to say your practice as opposed to Qigong, because I know there's this sort of crossover. What's your story on this?
Yeah, funnily enough, I predicted this question and I thought, is it going to be Qigong or is it going to be my practice, exactly, the Qi journey. So it's Tai Chi was my first thing, and I felt drawn to movement, meditation stuff, and I wasn't sure what it was I was looking for. And I walked past a bookshop in Norwich, 1979 or something. And there was this book, Tai Chi, written on the front. But what captivated me was the picture. It was a picture of people doing Tai Chi, and they had their blue things on in the park. There were the trees, and it was beautiful earth, and there they were doing this kind of. And I thought, hang on a minute, what's that? What is it? I want to know what's going on here. And sooner, it wasn't so long actually, and a class was advertised in Norwich. I went along, and as soon as I went into that class, I felt like, this is pretty good. This is speaking to me. I tried sitting meditation. I tried a bit of yoga and stuff, and it's this movement thing. And what was amazing about it, what was really amazing about this Tai Chi was this, immediately from the first class, was this whole idea of softness and this sung and the relaxation, and how the power, this kind of feeling of the feeling, that Chi feeling, the feeling of that, just that lovely feeling comes through relaxation. And I loved the movement. It's like, wow, this is great. So I just never stopped. That was it.
Wonderful, wonderful. And you use the term sung there. I was just wondering if you could sort of say a little bit about what sung is for you.
Sure. Yeah. Thanks for spotting that one. Yeah. Sung. I love this word because it's such a better word than we have in our language. I feel it sort of sounds like what's happening. Sung is it's relaxation, but I like to think of water because we're made of water, and so I like to think, okay, so when the water likes to find its home in the ground, so when we soften the muscles, there's a kind of there's a sung. So it's such a great word because it kind of does what it says. Whereas if it's relax, it's got an axe in it, it's a relax, But the sung has got this kind of lovely sound and feeling, and so it's
I completely relate to that. Yeah. The number of times that you find yourself in a class going relax and going, oh.
Yeah.
Wonderful. One of the questions we're asking people is, what is it that you love about your practice? And I'd actually mix this in with, what do you love and what have you gained from it? Because I think the two, sometimes they're very similar, sometimes they're very separate.
I think for me, they are very, very similar. Very similar. That's Theo, but that's my dog. So it's that Chi feeling. Let me sort of, I say Chi feeling because we're in one Chi, and it's okay to use the word Chi, but it's that feeling actually of being relaxed, centered, whole, complete, happy, like my body being in my body, grounded. It's all those wonderful things that seem to come through the practice, day in, day out. So that's it, right? But also I was thinking about, because I saw these questions beforehand, and I was thinking there's another very different aspect to what I love about the Tai Chi, Qigong, the Qi, is over the years, the people I've met through you know, just through the journeys and these, I met just wonderful people, and that journey continues to unfold. So that's been a great gift of the practice as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is interesting. I mean, I don't know if your history is similar to mine, but we work with quite a few people who come in with significant health conditions. And so quite often the gift that people get is the healing from their health condition.
Yeah.
But I didn't come in with a health condition. And so when I'm asked what I've gained from it, I can't really tell anybody because it's been very subtle. But in retrospect, you see things moving forwards. Is it, or you see things evolving and changing? Is that something that?
Yes, likewise. I was pretty young when I started. I was very early 20s, and you know, into kind of rock climbing and football, and you know, I was always quite physical. Very different to a lot of people who, you know, come to start the practice, and who. So what I've gained from it is, I think, a steadying, and I don't know if it's down to the practice. I think it is, but a kind of steadying and an ability to work my mind and body to join and connect. And I don't think it's just about getting older and my mind settling. Yeah, there's something about my mind and body kind of joining and being able to focus and be in the moment, and feeling kind of, yeah, as I was just saying, those things I just reeled off, you know, kind of more grounded and connected in myself. And yeah, so it's I'm actually very much in my body and quite free in my body, and being able to move. And I think there's something, actually, what I've gained, something about perception. And this is where I'm not sure if it's through the practice or through just life experience, but I find that I sort of pick up on vibe in a room or a person or something that informs me of how I want to interact or how I want to be with in certain situations. I do put it down to the practice, actually.
Yeah, so. I completely relate. You know, I look at the way that things change for me within the practice, and you don't notice it, but it's only in retrospect that you can sort of fit it in. And I think, yeah, it's a really powerful thing. But as I say, some people do come in and they get these amazing sort of results, but other people it's sort of slower. And now, obviously, one of the main things that we've been talking about within the One Chi project is Qigong, and there's this question about Tai Chi and Qigong, and there are many different answers to this, as to, you know, is it the same? Is it different? I was just wondering if you could sort of speak a little bit, because I know that you practice a form of Qigong and you also practice a form of Tai Chi, and how do you experience the space between them? Do you perceive a difference?
The way I see it these days, and the way I experience it, is that there is the one Chi, and within that there are many variations. And I experience Tai Chi as a type of Qigong. So it can't be the other way around. Qigong is the mother. Tai Chi is one of the things that fit. Tai Chi's got this wonderful, it's the undulating force. It's the kind of wave-like, it's this open, close, full, empty, yin, yang, ongoing, like the river. And it's just, it's got this. And whereas the Qigong, you can be standing still, or you can be doing a, you know, stretch out, like, you know, and they're just different, but both mind, body. I think the Tai Chi, I just love the Tai Chi. If it was like desert island Tai Chi Qigong, the Tai Chi is the one that's my natural home, I think. But it's still, I still regard it as Qigong, because actually when I do my Tai Chi practice, and especially these days, it's like the Tai Chi essence. I just take 3 or 4 moves that I just repeat. They are a Qigong. They are a Qigong. So, I mean, because what's happening is the Qi is building. The white crane Qigong that I love and I practice and I teach is, yeah, that's a wonderful form. Absolutely love it. And I learned that from way back with Dr. Chi. When I was learning Tai Chi with him, he was keen on this Qigong form. And I've practiced that ever since. So it just has a different feeling. I think the Tai Chi has this kind of this kind of roly-poly movement of open, close, undulating Tai Chi energy. The Qigong form of like in the white crane is it's just a different, it's just got a different feel. You're not doing that with that thing where it all kind of rolls around and the downton and up out, you know. It's got a different feel to it, different stretches. And
so if somebody came to one of your sessions, do you do a mixture of both, or do you tend to stick to one in each session? Do you feel the two mix, or?
In a session, the white crane Qigong is standalone white crane Qigong. Because it's a particular form, but we do some moves and things that sort of loosen up, maybe a few loosening moves, maybe not. The Tai Chi, the Tai Chi essence really moves. Then they work very well if you're doing a Tai Chi form class afterwards. They work very well if you're not going anywhere else afterwards. You're just doing the Tai Chi essence. So, and there's another set of exercises, like you were saying just now. Oh, Qigong's that thing you do before you do Tai Chi. So I've got some exercises that are a bit like that, which is yet another kind of another like aspect of it.
Yeah, I'm, and I think this has been addressed by somebody else who's part of the Banshee project, that there's this idea that Qigong is actually a really quite recent term, and actually the origins go back a lot further than the term goes. I think the suggestion was it was coined in the 1950s, and prior to this there was this term Dao Yin, which loosely translated as exercise.
Okay.
It's interesting to me the way that you speak about Tai Chi, because the way you speak about Tai Chi is my experience of Qigong.
Fantastic.
And I think we get really caught up in labels here, but actually,
yeah, exactly.
It's that benefit, isn't it? It's that core piece that sits within it that's most interesting.
Exactly. Hence the brilliance of One Chi. I think it's just such a great name.
Well, yeah, it's certainly an interesting space to be working in.
Yeah.
So, having spoken about form, I was wondering if you'd like to share something with us, just to give people a flavour of the type of thing that they could experience when they come and study with you or practice with you.
Yeah, sure. Okay, we'll do. I'd love to share something. So this is we'll do what's called the 5 rivers. We'll do a short version, but see how it goes. So I think I just need to adjust my screen a little bit like that. Now, so you can do this sitting. You can do it sitting if you want to, if you need to, or standing. We'll start with a big breath in like this. So big breath in. Fill your lungs, and on the out breath, it's the sung. The sung. Soften and relax the muscles. Soften and relax the muscles. Just have the idea. The idea of softening and relaxing your muscles. You don't have to try. It's not about trying too hard, otherwise it gets all complicated. So the 5 rivers. So if you just settle into your feet and let your arms float up here, have your knees a little bit bent. Now the 5 rivers come down the limbs, the 4 limbs and one down the trunk. And it's rivers of awareness, rivers of soothing awareness. It's your mind. So you bring your mind to your shoulders. We're going to come down the arms first. And you just let your mind come into your shoulders. And now, as you let your arms come down like bits of, if it's sort of wood on water, a level that's coming down. So the arms are coming slowly down. And you let your mind go from the shoulders down through the upper arms, softening and relaxing around the bone. Soften and relax your upper arms down to your elbows, through your elbows, through the forearms. So it's this idea of sung, softening the muscles, down through the wrists, and let the river of awareness that is your mind come into your hands, and let your hands fill with awareness with your mind. Okay, so if you just bend the knees a little bit and tuck the lower back down, this helps the arms to float up here. So we're back up here again. It's the same move. We're doing the same move again, which is one of the things I like about the 5 rivers. But we're coming down the legs at the back. So you go from the tops of the thighs at the back. So this may be unusual, but it's the big muscles from the top of the thighs. Let your mind just move like a river. Sometimes they say it's like water seeping through sand, or just let your mind come down the backs of the thighs, the sides, the thighs, down to the backs of the knees. It's big muscles in the thighs, and then backs of the knees, down through the calves. So it's not about trying to relax the calves, because obviously the calf muscles are working here, but it's minimum effort, and it's more this soothing awareness that goes through your ankles and into your feet. And like we did with the hands just now, you let your mind fill your feet, these rivers of awareness, just fill your feet and feel your feet nicely connecting to the floor, nicely planted. And we're going up again, so you bend the knees, let the arms float up. And our 5th river, so that's 4 rivers, our 5th river comes bang down the middle at the front, and it's a nice big wide river starting at the throat. So you bring your attention to your throat and you come down to the collarbones, and then at the collarbones you just go out left a bit, out right a bit, across the top of the chest, and now down the chest. So there's a sense here of the river of soothing awareness, and sort of releasing, relaxing, unwanted tensions and stresses in the chest, all that place for angst, down past the solar plexus, down past the level of the navel, down to the lower abdomen, which we'll call the dantian. And there we are. So that's a little taster. Maybe you feel a little bit different after that. I do. I feel.
I need to admit that I've put you on camera there and just joined in, and so nobody could see what I was doing. But I loved it. That was wonderful.
Isn't it great, that one? I absolutely love it.
Yeah, I think I'm feeling it. So, yeah, if people would like to find out more about Angus's sessions, then the bio and all the links are up on the website. But is there anything you'd like to add just at the end, just as a sort of a way of closing the session off? Any final thoughts that you'd like to share?
I don't know really. I think the thing is, John, actually, I'm really excited about this One Chi thing. I think what a great way for people to come together. Anyone who's interested can get in touch, and it feels like there's this very good flow of being able to connect with one another. And yeah, I mean, we're all doing the Chi in our ways, and that's the great thing.
Yeah, Yeah, absolutely. It's wonderful having the space to actually come together and work together with our different backgrounds and our different
Yeah,
frameworks.
yeah,
But actually, you'll probably find that as somebody who's looking at this, and if it's the first time you've experienced Qigong, that it doesn't sound as if we're actually talking about anything that different. And that's
yeah,
sort of the point. But,
exactly. Yeah, yeah.
so, yeah. Well, thank you very much. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Great pleasure for me too. Thanks, John.
Thank you.